What you see here is a virtual amalgamation of Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas, circa 2002. It's Kansas taking on the USC Trojans. Here at home, this will be the second home game of the season after the first game against Tulane. Then we went on the road to Syracuse and to Minnesota to take on the Gophers, and then we're back home here taking on the Trojans of USC, Southern California. The Trojans come in, I believe, like 3-1, 2-2 or so. Not great, not undefeated, unranked. Kansas actually is ranked. We are 24th. This is the first time in this series that I've played a game as a ranked team, and you don't want to go and blow that, now do you? No, you don't. Kansas coming out, well, USC coming out first with the ball. Kansas coming out on defense, trying to stop them, impede their process, and we do a fairly good job here forcing the punt. But we don't have the regular punt returner in. For some reason, I think I just thought Murphy would be a better punt returner because he's fast. Well, as it turns out, he can't really field punts. We don't really have that great of a special teams return game this year, unfortunately. That's something that I would like to work on and fix. We stop them on 3rd and 10, but there's a penalty. I believe it was a pass interference, but we do get them there on their 1st and 10 attempt to the end zone. Then we get the ball back eventually. So we'll go start with the handoff there. We're going to run the ball primarily to start the game off. That's what's been working, and our quarterback is out. Well, I mean our guy who was our backup, who took the quarterback starting job when he got hurt, and then the original guy came back and was fine, but the guy who replaced him was better. But then the guy who replaced him got hurt. Great tackle there in the backfield by the linebacker. So basically, we are on the guy who started the season out as the starter. He is the starter again. That remains to be seen when we get the new guy, the freshman Pierce, back in the game. End of the first quarter, it's 0-0, tied here. Not a great action-filled first quarter, but hey, there's still a lot of game left to play. Here, I just tried really hard not to make a huge mistake on that punt. Not too unlike the Jayhawks against Texas this last weekend. Had just a bizarre play. Our typical punt returner was suspended, I think, one game in-house. It was the coach's decision to suspend him. I don't know why. That reason never actually came out to the public. But regardless, he didn't make the trip down to Austin, and so he did not play in the game, and so he did not return kicks. So we had to get a secondary guy in. Here, I go for the fake field goal there. Don't get it. I got to stop going for fake field goals. They just don't work. They haven't worked. I had a lot of luck with the fake punt in Madden 2002 and then the last season, but 2003 is just not the year for the fake punt and the fake field goal. I got to think of something else to trick them with. Maybe I'll do a bunch of fake spikes or something. I bit way too hard trying to make a tackle there. Didn't work. Did not work at all. Anyway, yeah, last week against Texas was bad. It started out okay, but there were a bunch of instances where we just couldn't get into the end zone. There were about two times, I think, where we got to the Texas goal line and came away with 0 points. I mean, that's 14 points left out on the field. You cannot do that if you expect to win on the road against a team that really is better than you. Ended up losing by, I think, 30. It was really a bad second half as well. Our quarterback got injured, which is bad because he is our 4th string guy effectively out there right now, and he's been playing better than anybody else was this season. Even though he's technically our 3rd string guy, our 1st string guy didn't actually get the opportunity. USC here going for the field goal, and that'll end up wide right. So it is still 0-0 at the end of the second quarter. We enter the second half deadlocked, 0 scoring in this game so far. So we got to make something happen. We'll go with the quarterback draw here to get the first down. And we're just going to try to go to the air more on this half because the running game, well, it just wasn't working that well. Of course, going to the air here, we get Murphy wide open there. Well, not wide open, but in perfect position to make the catch. That opens up the running game. And number 11 gets 7 yards there. We go with the halfback direct snap. I think that's the first time we've done that in this game. That play only works a couple of times per game because once they figure out it's going to happen, they can stop you right there in the backfield, and it doesn't even matter. That's a play that relies on misdirection. When you lose that sort of misdirection, well, you're kind of screwed. Go with the option here, the triple option, number 13. Almost makes it a 10-yard gain, but he gets to 2nd and inches. Halfback number 11 has no trouble picking that back up And halfback number 11 has no trouble getting into the end zone here. Chest bumps with an invisible person. And we're on our way. We have a 7-point lead here in the third quarter. SC with the ball back, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Not a good drive for them. They went 3 and outs. Okay, you get the ball back. 3rd and 9. We needed a first down, and we got one to the tight end there. Another halfback direct snap. Of course, it doesn't go for as many yards as the last one did. Off the back foot, just kind of a heave up within 10 yards of the end zone. So we are looking to come out and get another touchdown here, kind of blow this game open until our quarterback gets injured. So we got to bring in the 3rd string guy, not too unlike the actual 2015 Kansas Jayhawks. We go to the ground. Everybody knows we're going to the ground. We get no yards. And then to make things worse, we get the fumble. And number 4 is not going to catch him. Swanson taking that back about 90 yards to the end zone. Definitely not good. I think that's the 2nd time in this whole series that somebody has recovered a fumble and taken it back 90 yards. I think it was Tulane last year. In the last season, which was about 2 months ago when I did that, so it feels like last year almost. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Speaking of a long time ago, it's been a long time since the 2015 Jayhawks have won a game. We haven't won a game since in November of 2014. Not good. Not a good look for the program. However, we're going to get 2 more home games left on the schedule. The team seems to be improving, kinda, hopefully. Looks to be getting better, even though our guy who's supposed to be the savior of the franchise just got his groin injured or something in that Texas game. Ryan Willis, freshman quarterback, he's pretty good. Running backs are pretty good. We just got to be able, the offense has been moving in the past couple of games. We just got to get into the end zone. Well, not against Oklahoma. That was the worst. That was probably the worst performance I've ever seen by a team, was that Oklahoma game. But the Texas game, they kind of bounced back. Looked okay for the first half, looked really bad for the second half. That's how it goes. 4th and 1, we give it to Mendoza, and he's going to get us the 1 yard we need. He's always the guy you go to. If you have 1 yard between success and failure, he's the guy you give the ball to. And then number 30, great hole up the middle for number 30. We go to the air. It's dropped by number 19. That play wasn't going to work from the start. Number 13 is back in the game, by the way. I didn't mention that, but he did eventually come back. It was a very short. The wind carries this one back. Caught by Brown. That's his first catch, I think, ever. Touchdown pass. Dragging 1 foot in the back of the end zone. I couldn't believe that it was a catch. I had to go to the instant replay to check it out. And indeed, yep, that's 1 foot in bounds. He's got his feet all taped up there, and I guess those helped him stay in bounds. The wind kind of carried that ball back. It would have been overthrown, but it ended up just right in his hands. That's how you do that. That's how you be successful. Of course, USC now with the ball, and they are driving. Number 4 wasn't their quarterback this season. It was this 2003 would have been the beginning of the Matt Leinart era. Of course, the famed Matt Leinart, 2 national championships, and then a 3rd season that didn't technically happen according to NCAA standards. Number 4 here at the end zone trying to get the touchdown, but he can't on 2nd and 1. Gets knocked down by number 3. Goes same side of the field, again knocked down by number 3. 2 opportunities at interceptions, and he can't get them to seal the game. But 4th and 1, that's where you get it. Game would already basically been over if he had just knocked it down, but he'll take it out, give us some breathing room, make sure that we have room to run the clock out. Can never be too cautious by the end zone. Always want to take that. Well, if you got the chance to take that 30 yards out, almost had a touchdown if it hadn't been for about 1 guy catching him. So, hey, there we go. And then trying to run the ball out. Number 11 gets us that first down. And then number 13 is going to go ahead and just kneel on the ball. Let those 20 seconds just kind of fade away, and that's the end of the game. It's 14-7. Ugly win, but a win. So, we'll take what we can get. And we are 4-0. To start the season out. 4-0. We sweep the non-conference schedule. We got Colorado, I believe, in Colorado next. So stay tuned for that. We lost to Colorado last year. Trying to get a win against them this year. They're ranked 14th. We are ranked 23rd. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.